How's it going, everybody? We have another trail going. San Bernardino National Forest. We're gonna do two different trails this week. I found one on All Trails that was the 17 San Gorgonio peaks in that range. And after that, I realized I would have a couple extra days. I added a small section of the PCT. So we're gonna do that and end in about the Palm Springs area. Okay, we made it to the campsite for night one. There's supposed to be water here, but I couldn't find any. Some of my neighbors they said they're gonna go look for it. So once they get back, I'll ask where it is. But other than that, it's really nice here. Yeah, tarp setup took a bit of time, but it's all good. So I had breakfast. I'm almost out of water, so I'm gonna fill up here. The next water source will be a little bit ways from now. So I'm gonna have to pump quite a bit and put it in my drum. I tried to do filtration, and the filtration system I'm using, which is called the Sawyer Mini, is pretty new, and the new devices have a very low flow rate. So it takes a while for the water to get through. I was squeezing it as hard as I could, and I couldn't get more than I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 milliliters in 5 minutes. So it was super slow. I'm gonna try again once I take a break for lunch and see if I can get the flow rate to increase. Okay, we're at the top of Anderson Peak. Pretty anticlimactic. Not much here. I'm gonna go back and get some water. So you might be wondering what happened at this point. I went down to filter water at a place called 4C Creek Trail, and the flow rate was still really slow. So I kept on trying to squeeze it as hard as I could. And eventually I squeezed it so hard that the water bladder just popped. And effectively the entire filter was broken. After the water filter broke, I called my mom and I let her know that I was kind of screwed. I had no real option of how to get water at that point. And without water, there's not a lot you can do. You just have to evacuate. So I asked, and she offered to drive over with a new water filter as well as some iodine tablets. So I want to give my mom a huge thanks for driving all the way out. So thanks again to my mom. The water filter I was carrying broke, so I had to abort day two's plans. And I hiked down off the mountain, and tomorrow I'll be hiking to Dry Lake. All right, we made it to the top of San Gorgonio. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. It's been a long day. Tomorrow I'll be hiking down to the valley, probably get some more water at Dry Lake. Right now I only have 2 liters left.
No way.
Okay, so we just left Joy Lake, and originally the plan was for me to sleep at Fish Creek Saddle, but that's only about a mile from here, and I've only hiked about like 5 miles today, and I feel like I would be bored for the rest of the day if I just slept there. So I decided I would just go straight to Mission Springs Campground, which is about another I don't know, 6 miles away or something like that. And now we begin our descent into Palm Springs, but probably closer to Whitewater. This trail will eventually link up to the PCT. Okay, we've been to the Fish Creek Trailhead. It's great news. Next up, PCT. Only a small section of it though. Alright, we got the tent set up. And we got dinner. Dinner's on the way. For dinner we have couscous. And I mixed in some seasoning. I don't know what seasoning it is, so it's mystery couscous. First cactus. I know we already saw the first cactus today, but now we've seen our first cloud. On day 4. No, sorry, day 5. Now we're seeing our first hedgehog cactus, so that's pretty cool. I think this is staghorn, but I could be wrong. This might be another kind of cholla, but it looks very pretty. All right, so it's the last night. It's only 15 miles to the car, so I decided to just hike out tomorrow. Probably be back home by 7 p.m. The sun's already set. Haven't started making dinner yet. Finished the book I was reading. It was called The Elder Race. It's pretty good. Hopefully the tarp isn't going to be an issue. I remember when I was at San Gorgonio on the Peak Summit camp, the tarp kept on flopping around in the middle of the night and was making a ton of noise. Sort of like it is now. So I just ended up actually just taking the tarp down in the middle of the night on the summit camp. I'll just be sleeping on the ground then. We've been hiking for about 1.5 miles on the last day. And great news, we can see the windmills, the wind turbines right there. The car is parked right at the base of those. If you look at the side of the hill over there, all of those yellow plants, that's all tumbleweed. It really is quite crazy how different the geography and the ecology is here in the southern part of the forest. Since there's no trees around, a lot of the land and the dirt is a lot less stable. And so you can see a lot more evidence of erosion and the soil being washed out from rainstorms. Okay, so we did the last of the uphill. Now we're down to the last of the downhill. Should be about 4 miles away from the car. There's the windmills right there. I thought I parked at the base of them, but there's a lot of windmills, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we made it to the car. Final wrap-up thoughts. I want to thank my mom again for supplying me with a backup filter. If I didn't have the backup filter and the one I had failed, I would have had to go home for sure. Just because there's nothing you can do. And I definitely learned to bring either a backup water filter or bring some sort of purification chemical. I learned that much. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.